Hi, I'm FabuDad.
And I'm FabuMom.
And I'm Fabu, and together with Miss Girl, we are
FabuRocks, the #1 family stream, and welcome to the FabuRocks Podcast.
Let's go.
Woo,
Welcome.
woo.
First of all, we want to say a humongous thanks to our sponsor, Turtle Beach, Rockcat, and G Fuel.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This episode is episode number 2, first therapy section. A little recap of our previous episode, which is episode number 1,
Numero uno.
how we started. There we talked about from the very beginning when Fabu was diagnosed with a speech delay all the way from the beginning of opening that YouTube channel. All the struggles, all the things that happened, and just how we actually hit panic alert really quick when conventional therapy was not working for Fabu, and how we started thinking outside the box to come out with something very unique for us, something that we did not have any experience whatsoever, but somehow we thought that it was going to be working for Fabu. So make sure you go and check out that episode in order to continue with this episode. Okay, Fabu, so what's going to be the first question?
Number 1, I finally had a YouTube channel with a channel intro and all. What do we do next?
Right question. So as we were explaining the previous episode, we already knew that you were passionate one way or another and very interested in YouTube videos. You wanted your own YouTube channel, you want to be part of, and we knew already that not only that piqued your curiosity and your attention you want to be part of, and it somehow it seems that it was fun for you, but we didn't know exactly what was going to be the content, what it was just going to be about.
Yeah. So at that during that time, gummy videos were trending, and you loved watching those DIY gummy videos.
Yes.
So we knew that it had to be related to DIY gummies, and you were so happy when we suggested doing one of those videos that you were like, we want to do it. You wanted to do it, and you wanted us to do it as a family.
Yes.
And it became a family thing.
We thought that it was a great idea, as she was like, yes, we could do this, and we could do it as a family and all that. So already I'm like, well, this seems interested. Like, we're going to do something, trying to make this as a therapy. At that moment, we still don't know what's going to be part of the therapy it was going to be. But, you know, I already see positive things as we're going to be doing things together. As a family. And that it was a plus.
And she was so into it.
Yes.
So we were counting on you being very motivated.
I was all
and
into
very
it, like
engaged.
hands
Yes.
in, you know?
Yes.
Exactly. So our gummy making videos began.
So yeah, that's how it started. Okay, folks. So I hope that we answered your question.
Yeah, you did. You guys did. Yeah, guys.
What's the next question?
Number 2. Wait. Sorry, give me a minute. Number 2. What type of content was I interested in at that moment?
Oh, we just
yeah.
somehow answer that one way or another. The content you were interested of that I remember, actually, for Mom could correct me if I'm wrong, it was, you know, those gummy, mainly because it was a couple of things there that you liked here and there, but mainly when we went through your history of the tablet that you were using to watch this YouTube channel, it was gummy. And actually, the first time that we told you about the gummy, hey, you want to do this, and you were like, yes. Like, it not even took you a second.
You remember?
I didn't even hesitate.
The other videos that she was interested in were the ones where they would do skits dressed up as Spider-Man.
Yes. and
Elsa.
Yes, from those videos, that was pretty funny. You see, I was like, I knew it was a couple of things, but it didn't come to mind.
Yeah, I watched some really dumb stuff. Like,
You
not
did.
gonna
No,
lie.
but it was a kid thing. So, I understood. But the thing is, I remember watching those things. I used to tell for Mom,
How are we gonna recreate that?
how are we gonna I'm not gonna be dressing as Spider-Man running from the street. Like, I'm not gonna be
wanted
doing
to
that.
Elsa. I definitely want to be Elsa.
Like, I'm not gonna be doing any of that. So I don't know how we're gonna go by this. You gonna dress? She gonna dress? Like, this does not make any sense. The only thing that now I remember that for us somehow it did make sense, it was the thing of the gummies. the dressing up and all
I
that.
just imagine
shit.
Farah like dressing up as Spider-Man.
I crossed the line right there. I'm like, I'm not gonna be doing
should've-
this.
we
I just
Can we
imagine
do
like
something
running
else?
like, oh no. Wow.
So now that yes, Fomaya has a good memory.
And they would do pranks, and then the Spider-Man would like fart, and then it was like all.
Yeah, and there was no communication. There was no talking, and everything was like sign language type of thing. Now I remember it was sign language. That Spider-Man is like
And then
if somebody
Elsa-
was in
Elsa would come out
trouble.
with like a little baby, a little Spider-Man baby, and it was.
I don't know
That's
if
why I
today.
liked
It
because
was so
I don't know
dope.
if today people still, kids still watch that. But back in the day, I used to tell for mom like, what's going on with this type of content in kids? They have millions of views,
New
by the way,
generation,
people.
bro.
Millions of view of 5 minutes of Spider-Man running around with Elsa without saying a word. Everything was like I'm like this. It cannot happen, but it doesn't have. I'm not gonna be dressing up, and besides, it doesn't have content. Like we're not gonna be like. I'm like, no, I draw the line. This is it. We need. Let's concentrate on something else.
Wait, who would I be? Would I be the baby?
It could, it could have.
Would I just
It was just
watch?
crazy. It was too much for me. It was too out of space
you
for me.
loved it. You loved it.
Yeah, and you loved it,
You
and
could watch those videos for hours.
and millions of kids loved it too, because I couldn't believe that it had 5 million, 10 millions, 8 million. Like it was in the millions. I'm like, why they're watching this? Like, I just didn't get it. But regardless, I'm glad that we didn't went that route.
Yeah, that would have been
So-
really funny.
So, well, we hope that we answer that question, Fabu. So, what's the next question, Fabu?
Number 3. Did you need to buy any equipment in order to make those videos?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
We had
Nada.
nothing. We didn't have anything.
Well, we had a cell phone.
We had a cell phone, but
Yeah.
let me tell you, the cell phones, even though they're
Amazing.
good and all that, they're not like 5 years ago.
You're
They
like-
were not as good as today's phones at all. There was no
Most
like
especially
4K
the
or
cell
anything
phone
like
I
that.
have now.
Yeah, especially with the like the S21 Samsung Ultra. The we just got it. They actually did an unboxing on that.
Link down
It was we needed a camera, so I'm like, okay, so
below.
if we're
And a
gonna
mic.
yeah, no, we needed a bunch of stuff. Like I'm like, dude, if we're gonna be doing this and we actually gonna put of effort, I believe from the
We
very
have to go
beginning,
on.
in order to have Fabu engage, it needed to do correct. It needed to be done.
Like, set a stage.
Yeah, good. Not like professional either, but we needed to have like in the stage, like regular stage, whatever. Have a camera, nothing professional out of space or anything, but at least a camera. We know that we need to have some lights, not just the light of the house, like a light here, like nothing out of space at all.
But
we needed
went
to.
all out. We went all out.
We
We even,
did.
had,
Well,
we even bought a clapper.
Yes, we.
What's a clapper?
The director clapper, that was like, it's a wrap.
Oh, in fact, we loved it.
I loved it. I still love it. I wish we used
We
it.
wanted
like-
to make it as authentic as we can in order for Fabu to feel like the experience, like she was in Disney World in the ride, right? That's somehow like how we describe it to herself. Okay, we need to make this real. Like there's a camera, there's a microphone, there's lights where she sees there's a stage
But it
where
was
she
genuine.
sees.
It was genuine.
Yeah, we need to make this a whole thing so she knows that she is within this all
this
stage,
mentality.
whatever, and she feels that this is good in order to keep her attention in the daily, and she wanted to be part of. So yeah, we ended up buying a bunch of stuff that actually
looked really cool.
compared to the equipment that we have today, it's just it have
It
nothing
doesn't
to do
compare.
with anything.
It's not good.
Of course, but yeah, at the moment we're like, oh my god, we went out loud.
Yeah,
Like
we
this is
felt like we had gone
crazy. Look at this perspective. 5 years later, all the equipment that we have today.
Which
It was not that
I
crazy.
think what we wound up spending for all of our equipment in the beginning was what we now would spend for like one light.
Yeah, something in that nature. So we thought that we were like, oh my god, this is crazy, but it was not. It was not that crazy. So, what's gonna be the next question?
Oh, this one's a good one. This one. Number cuatro. Did any of you have any experience making or editing videos?
Oh yeah, tons,
Tons, yeah.
tons.
But I was level 10, you
Sure.
know. He was professional.
None.
No, none.
Nothing.
Zero, nada.
Zero. Actually, we were not even those parents that took a camera to film the kid or whatever, or
Cell phone.
to have film Christmas or anything like that. It was like we never had a camera. Even though we were traveling, we just
We
had
had a cell phone.
we had a cell phone, and then the only thing that we had, and that's because we were traveling very often. It was a Samsung camera. Remember, it was like
We
it was like a
did,
new
yes.
Samsung camera back in the days.
I think I still
It
have
was
it.
a
It was
smart-
a
it was
white.
Yeah,
smart
we still have
camera.
it. It was like one of those super smart Galaxy camera that it was supposed to be like a smart camera, like a
So you
smartphone,
could
but a
connect
smart
to, like,
camera.
apps.
Kind of weird, but somehow it was like very high techy
So
type
cool.
of thing. That what was the only high tech thing that we ever had in that moment when it comes to recording anything like that. And obviously, it was not what we were looking for, because we wanted to.
We also had a tripod.
Yeah, we had a tripod too,
tripod.
and we got a tripod.
Yeah.
So yeah, we never did any of that. I didn't have no experience. For
we
had
still
have no
use a tripod?
experience. Huh?
Do we still use
Now
the
we
tripod?
have a tripod.
course, we have
for
like
every little
freaking
gadget
5
we
tripods.
have.
No, but the old one.
No, the old
No,
one.
The old one, no.
The
No,
very
I don't
first
even know
one?
what the old one. No, I don't know what the old one.
I think we threw it away and ripped.
No, we didn't throw it away. I
I
just
don't
think that
so.
that
Dad never throws anything away.
Oh no,
or
I
he
don't.
sells them.
No, yeah, but that one, no, I didn't sell it. It's somewhere, because I think that it's missing one piece that I haven't found out yet. So no, I did not had any experience whatsoever, neither with FabuMom. Not only in filming, but neither in editing, neither in any of those things.
Nada.
Nada.
So
Like the bare minimum.
no,
yeah.
not even.
we did what
Like
We-
negative.
we did what everybody does when and in my opinion, when you don't know how to do one thing now in today's world, you just go to YouTube and get a course. You know, like you watch like
Crash course on YouTube.
like 5-10 videos and like now I know. Yeah, that's what we did. That's pretty much it. And all just to make sure that we would actually bring. Our goal is to make this an experience for Fabu.
Yeah.
Overall, that was what it was all about.
And I just want to interject and to make it very different from what she had known up until this point, so that it would never ever in her wildest dreams be similar to what she was doing, so that it wasn't therapy, and so that we didn't want to run the risk of her associating it with whatever she
Yes.
had been doing previously and then just reject the whole idea and not want to participate. So we
Yes.
went all out to try to create this experience for her that would be fun, and it would be totally different from what she was doing during therapy.
Exactly. So yeah, there was a lot of things that we didn't knew, like the placement of the lighting. I didn't know it was such a thing of placement of a lighting.
We didn't even know what was green screen was.
No,
Like-
and
No,
that
we
took
didn't know.
us-
We
that
didn't
took
even
us
know what green
forever
screen.
to figure out.
Yeah.
We were like,
We're still having issue with lighting, okay? The placement of the
Father.
light on the lighting
Wow,
and
he
put
Don't expose
He
us,
just
Fadat.
exposed
He just
the
exposed
secret.
us. Fadat, we're looking all professional in our setup. Don't tell him that, Fadat.
yeah, we still
Father
have
would go crazy. There's
My
a shadow.
God.
Take away the shadow.
Fadat.
It was, another
How
thing
the hell
that
do we do
when we
that?
actually got like, we went to Best Buy and tried to get, a nice camera, whatever. Like we didn't knew that we needed a microphone. Like we thought that, we just had a camera, and then within that every camera has a microphone. I don't need nothing else. But yeah, we learned through the YouTube videos and things like that. Hey, you have got to have a camera. You should have a recorder, a microphone recorder. And I'm like, wow, this thing is getting complicated, because every time that I will buy one thing, I
buy
find
another.
out that I needed
Yeah.
2 or 3 things after that. And then when I buy those 2 or 3 things and I'm trying to look, okay, so now what I do with these 2 or 3 accessories, guess what? I would need 1 or 2 more accessories for those accessories. I'm like, Jesus Christ, where this is gonna stop? it's 5 years later. It has not stopped.
It has not.
It just
Dude,
it's just crazy
look
like
at
that.
It
If you-
literally is never ending.
If you look at our
It's a
main
snowball.
camera, if you look at our main camera is filled with our accessories and stuff. Like seriously,
Yeah, it's well right now it's still the difference from before.
obviously, but
It's super surreal, but yeah, it was a lot of things. Which at the same time, we were creating, like I said before, this thing, this
An experience.
mentality.
this experience for Fabu, and at the same time, somehow we were creating an experience for ourselves because we never have done such a thing before.
Obviously,
So not only creating that experience for Fabu, we're creating an experience of ourselves. Like putting the camera, the mic, where to put the microphone, where to record here, where to put the lights, how to do the sets, and all those things. And it was, it was fun to
it
begin
was
with.
challenging.
It was challenging, yes,
But fun.
but fun.
At the end, it turned it was.
In
fun.
the end, yeah, it was working out. But most importantly,
But it was hard.
the thing that it was hard. The thing that I loved, it was that the whole family was together doing something. I will come back from work. Mom will come back from work. We get Fabu from school and everything. We get here, we eat, and then
The hustle.
the family get together to start recording and doing things together. And it was awesome
I loved it.
because
Yeah, it was nice.
we were not doing that before.
Obviously.
So somehow, without knowing, we were getting the family started getting closer and closer and closer. And that was awesome. That was awesome.
It was.
You're talking as if it ended.
Yeah.
Like it was the past. Like, that was awesome.
Well,
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
well, at that moment, it was a new experience.
That's all you gotta say.
So, All right, Fabu. So, what's the next question?
Wait, which number? Número 5. What were the first videos I made as therapy?
The first videos that you made, the content was it was decided. We were doing gummies.
Yes.
We were
Yeah, it
doing
was
gummies,
gummies.
and we did. How many did we do?
I think we did like 2.
No, we did more than
No,
2.
We did more. We did like
did more than 2. I think
5 or
that
6.
the first one, I think that it was a barbecue sauce.
The first one was a gummy barbecue sauce.
It was a oh my god. Yeah, it was a
Yes.
barbecue sauce gummy whatever.
Ew, that sounds nasty.
Here I have it, folks. This barbecue sauce tastes so good.
What you ate it? It was like, because the thing is with those gummy at the moment, it was
Was it like a gummy or like
it
Jello?
was like Jello.
Oh,
And it ended up being like gummy, but it was edible too. And you like barbecue sauce.
I did.
You still
do.
like
I love
barbecue sauce.
I
You
can't-
eat barbecue sauce with your chicken nuggets and everything.
Like,
You would
I
put
can't-
barbecue sauce on everything.
I can't eat chicken nuggets without barbecue sauce. Like no fun.
So
fact.
that's
Like,
the
fun
reason
facts.
why we got the barbecue sauce, because
Yeah.
in the end, you need to, you never ate it completely or anything, but you're supposed to like eat it or taste it or whatever to make it fun or
Other
whatever.
people at the time were doing like Coke bottles, Pepsi bottles,
Yes.
or like
Which we ended up doing things like that later on. But our first video, it was the barbecue bottle. Yeah.
And you know what's actually really weird? That you would expect that when I was little, I loved Jello, and to this very day, I love Jello. But actually, I really hate Jello. I think Jello is really
Well,
nasty.
talking
Well,
about
listen.
that,
What? I think
we
it's
knew
nasty.
that we were gonna
I
start
think it's
doing
like,
those
ugh.
video of the DIY and all that, this gummy, all these things, and we were like, okay, we're gonna do this as a family. If I would say it's gonna be participating in, and we were sold as like the whole family is gonna be participating. We all gonna do this together, and we were like all for it. We were like, yes, this is awesome. We're gonna do this,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't happen like that.
No, I didn't.
Nope.
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 Nope. Nope. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Because for Mom and I started doing it, and Fabu really start, but
She was very excited for 5 minutes.
5 minutes later, she's like, "See ya.
Yeah.
You keep doing this. I'm gonna be doing anything else."
Yeah.
Bye.
And at that moment, you couldn't, you
She
couldn't
dropped
just.
it like it was hot. She
Yeah,
would like drop
we
it
couldn't stop. We
as
were
you
in the
like,
middle.
stirring, making the gummies.
We couldn't stop. We were in the middle of the, the
I
whole
just can
creation
imagine
of the
myself
gummy.
like just like doing Michael Jackson like a moonwalk, like bye.
Yeah,
bye."
that's exactly what happened. So
And the thing is that these DIYs were extremely elaborate. So obviously, Fao needed help, but aside from her needing help,
I couldn't.
she was interested absolutely only 5 minutes.
yeah, we couldn't stop. Remember, we needed to stir that, the gelatin for I don't know how long, and not stopping,
Not
and
stopping.
going and going, and it ended up just being us. When we finished and everything, we would give it to Fabu and
And
to
then let her
continue
eat
that
it.
video.
Like
But
you guys wouldn't eat it, like wow.
Fabu disengaged pretty quick, so we were like, "Oh my god!"
I was like, you know what?
I don't know where we heading, but this is not
Yeah.
looking. This is not seeming very promising.
No.
Well,
no.
I've never liked that.
It was like, this is not looking very promising. But,
It's not
we
looking
would start
bright.
getting, honestly, we started getting scared.
Yeah, because you bought all this equipment. You're like,
Yeah, like we're getting all this and this was happening. Oh my god, yeah, we would start getting a little bit, panic alert. So,
it seems like you
Yeah.
were panic a lot. Gotta say.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because then we messed up on some of the gummies, and then we had to do it over.
Wow,
and
seriously?
it was
Yeah,
wow,
it's
it
now
was-
that like we knew like we were
it was a
professional
bit-
doing
it was
any
a
of
bit
those things.
traumatic.
Yeah. So what's gonna be the next question, Fo?
Number. How do I say 7 again?
Siete.
Number suete.
Siete.
The sweater is like it's a sweater.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
Just it's okay.
Thank you. Suete.
Siete.
No, you're saying sweater.
Siete.
Okay.
Number suete.
Siete.
You're saying sweater.
Numero 7.
Okay.
Oh,
Did I know I was doing therapy at that moment?
No.
no. 100%.
No, that was
No.
the plan for you not to know anything, in the sense that we feel that if you wouldn't know somehow that we were doing therapy, you were just disengaged 100%.
Yeah.
Why
So-
is that?
You were like, because you were already not wanted to be part of doing doing anything that had to do with therapies, even though they were doing something 100% completely different than what you were doing as conventional therapy. Right, Mom?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it was similar in having her repeat, and we were going to be working with her and doing a lot of the same techniques. However, it was presented in a totally different way. So
Very concealed.
yeah, so it was as far as therapy. I mean, I don't believe that you knew you were in therapy
No.
previously either, because you were so little. But what you knew is that you were doing something that was super fun, that you liked, and you thought was so cool, and it was totally different from what you were doing before. So as far as you knowing that you were in therapy, no, absolutely not.
Besides, I would like to believe that we were selling the whole experience very hard, and you believe that you were within the experience, which in reality, we brought a humongous experience to you, and you were enjoying it.
Yeah, you were like a
So-
superstar. You felt like a movie star.
Yeah, I bet it did.
Yeah, well, at the same look, another thing that that actually we added to the whole theme, that actually we actually bought, and you can see this in the YouTube videos. We bought Fabu a custom.
A custom.
Remember that we bought her a custom
I don't know
because
what
we
that-
were
Oh,
doing
custom?
gummy and all that. We buy her a custom, like she was
a chef suit.
a chemistry, no, chemistry.
She had a chef.
She
one,
had
no?
she had a no,
Oh,
not a
the chemist one.
the
yeah,
chemist one,
with
that
the
she had
goggles.
glasses, the goggles, and everything.
Are you excited? I'm excited. Let's do it!
So we bought her even a costume and everything, so she could, like
Feel like a
feel that
scientist?
she was like dressed up, like when you do videos or in a movie or whatever. So we buy her a costume, like, hey, look at this, whatever. And she had all off.
Yeah, she had her little goggles. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, she had goggles. So we went out loud. We went hard to sell this experience to Fabu
You went all in.
and trying to make sure that she knows that this is not
Well,
therapy.
we were all in because we needed to go above and beyond to make sure that we figured something out that would work
Yeah, we were.
to help you,
Yeah.
So if this is the one thing that you would be able to enjoy, have fun with, and we would be able to work with you, then
Let's do it.
yeah, we were all in.
Yes, that's true.
Next one.
Hmm.
Okay.
Número 4.
No.
It cannot be 4. We
Oh,
already
sorry.
in
Then
8.
how's 8? How's 8?
8. Ocho.
Número 8. How did you make sure I participate and I was involved during therapy?
Well, by creating all these things that we just said, giving you a custom. Actually, we didn't know how we were gonna be the therapy. For Mom had more an idea.
Yeah, so what we did was we sat down with you and we wrote a script. Talk to us about let's figure out what we want to say, how you want to do the video, what you want to talk about, and we did a script. And in that script you were like repeating what we were saying, and so you were practicing the words and how to put together sentences as we were doing the script, right? And then when it came time to filming, you were supposed to follow a script, but that's when you were like, you went off script.
Yes.
And
Which I still do in this very day. I
You
go like
went
extremely
off
off
script.
script.
So we
And-
quickly find out that was a no for you.
No. Rip.
Well, it was good. The part of writing the script with her and going through that was good because it was some time that we got to spend working on sentence structure and putting together even small phrases of words. But then when it came time to her actually doing it on video, it was like,
The thing,
Rip.
the thing there is that I was telling Mom during all the process is that we were challenging Fabu to say words that she was not accustomed to be saying, and then she would be having hard time to say. So as a default mechanism, what Fabu would do is disregard that word because she
Yeah.
doesn't want to go there. She doesn't want to.
I still do it.
She just doesn't want to say those words because she would know that she would have a hard time saying the word, etc., etc. And then I guess she would automatically would think like, okay, this is therapy, and I don't want to go there. So she would disregard, even though she was doing, she did it with her mom, the whole, scripting everything. She would disregard it really quick. As soon as she just stumbled upon a word that she was like, this is not working, she would deviate and find something else to say or change the whole conversation completely and start talking or saying anything off topic or anything that had nothing to do with nothing.
I still
Like,
do it.
to give an example,
Seriously.
the way
nothing
that
to do with anything.
yeah, like the way that we did the set within the table, she had an all off, right? And she still has it, by
I
the
still
way.
have it actually. It actually still
Her
has
talking
battery.
Olaf.
And then it was a talking olive, and she had it right next to her. That olive, it was just part of the set. It was not for her to be talking to the olive. If you take a look at the video, she ended up talking to the olive.
Hey Olaf, do you want a piece? No, silly, it's for me.
And that was it.
I wasn't supposed to talk to it?
No, you were supposed to be reading the script that it would use
Yeah.
olive as a point of as a reference saying something, but not like in reality you having a conversation with olive. That was not it.
I
But
twisted
for
it.
you, it was better
Remember we
just
had the
to
big cue cards that we would have her like.
yeah
big
because exact
we
yeah
had-
because
had,
we
like big cue cards that we had the script and we would like point to where it is that you needed to like
Look at?
and you
Yeah,
would not have any.
I remember one time you guys put like above the camera, you guys put like a little toy so I could look at it.
yeah
I
that
do
we
remember
did
I was
that
like,
we did
okay.
because obviously you were
Yeah.
a lot of time you were spaced out, and especially when it comes to for you to say a word or two.
I still do it, like,
yeah.
You were like I don't want to say it, so
right
you were
around
like
that time as well.
"Ooh,"
It
and
was
that's it.
Fabu was starting to also exhibit a lot of ADHD characteristics. So
Mhm.
Yeah, because that
um
yeah.
Yeah, so a fly would pass by and Fabu would go
I
off
like
chasing that fly.
I still do it. Like I feel like when you start getting older, you learn how to control it, but I still haven't learned to control it and ways to adapt to it. You know, so I still like during probably this whole season, you're probably gonna just see me like look around, you know, because I still do it. Actually, last video I was looking at myself and I looked a lot, or like I looked everywhere except the camera most of the time. So you know,
Yeah,
I'm
for one
sorry
was
for that.
asking, hey, what you were looking at? It was a mosquito.
Yeah, she can't sit still.
A mosquito was looking at me. I'm like, for real.
She's gotten so much better, but during that time when we would sit down to do work, it was unbearable. Like she would be like hanging off the table, like half
Hanging
off
off
her,
the table?
yeah, half
Yes.
off her chair. Sometimes she would be crawling under the chair, the table, and
Yeah.
and
I was such a weirdo.
it was a challenge. I
Oh,
mean,
another thing that she did, she would throw everything as a joke, and she would laugh, and she would say something completely ridiculous. Like it didn't make no sense.
yeah.
Oh gee, potato.
And she would start laughing, and that's it. That means, like, for her, that was a signal for us to like, that's it. I cannot do this. And yeah, that's
What do you
I mean,
mean?
we laugh now, but
What do you mean? So if I made a
Yeah, it
joke,
was
that
no
meant
joke.
like I
it
didn't
was
want to
not.
go.
no, it was like you don't want to. You just want to have fun. It's somehow like I don't want to continue reading or saying those words or anything. I just want to either have fun and like just forget about it. Let's pretend that we're not saying these words. Like just have fun, I guess.
Because I've learned to like ADHD, you're hyper, and I was like such a happy kid. I was like, let's go. I'm writing. I didn't want to just say what it was in the script. I wanted to move. I wanted to talk. I wanted to talk about myself. I wanted to do so many things. And I think that's what comes with ADHD, like super high activity. And with the script, I couldn't do that because you just had to go with the script. And it was kind of boring and I didn't like it. So, yeah.
Yeah, somehow or thing was to trying to every time that Fabu would do that, trying to make Fabu make a U-turn and come back to the
redirect her
script
back.
exactly the director to what we consider was the therapy, because at that moment that's what we believed that we needed to do therapy. That's why we're doing this.
Yeah.
We needed to do the therapy, and for us, even though that we was concealing the therapy with the whole thing that we were doing, we needed to do the therapy. We needed to test it out somehow at that moment still, if this is gonna work or not, or this is just a humongous waste of time. Or at that point we had no clue.
And then add to that the fact that we had been up we broke night making gummies.
Yes.
And then we started to film. Then we hit and crashed with the frustration of Fabu.
Yeah, I'm not gonna even lie. I don't even guys know how you like went through all of that. Like you guys went, I guess like I think I won, maybe. I'm pretty sure.
Huh?
Like
Say that again.
like I don't know how you guys dealt with it, because I feel like if I was in that position, I would just want to end it, like quit it. This is taking forever.
Well, our motivation, it was humongous, which it was you and
That I mean,
and for you to succeed. And in order for you to succeed, we needed to succeed what we were doing. And somehow we feel the pressure that we were running out of time, and we needed to start getting positive results. Something that somehow 2 years, like we explained in the previous episode, 2 years went by, and there was the result was very, very minimum. And 2 years
exactly.
went by, and like we said in the previous episode too, our bigger fear is for things to turn out to be much, much worse and much, much bigger than what it was in the moment. And yeah, that was a concern of us every time. So it was a humongous motivation for us.
absolutely.
We were work stress work. We were like, get out of our stress work every day, get Fabu, and like, let's do this. For us, it was fun too. The thing is that after we started doing this, doing everything, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little, frustration after, couple of an hour or 2 hours trying to into the homemaking, and Fabu trying to avoid the words. And at that moment, we didn't have nothing to say. Okay, I know this is gonna work, or I know this has worked, or anything. We didn't have nothing. We have no idea. We was flying blind.
Yeah.
Like we didn't know. We just had humongous hopes.
Hopes and dreams.
And hopes, and at the same time, we were. I'm not gonna say that we were doubting ourselves, but somehow when when it's late, like for Mom were saying, and you were frustrated, you start like, oh my God, second guessing yourself.
Yeah.
We're only humans. Like, oh my God, did we make the right choice?
Yeah, as you're sitting there, like, making gummies, she's sitting on the couch playing on her tablet, and we're like, how did
we ended up here?
How did this happen? How did we end up making gummies? It was 4 or 5 in the morning, and we were like making gummies, and
while Fabu is here, like playing in our tablet.
Yeah, we were looking to ourselves like, how we ended up here. We really thought this was gonna work completely different than what is happening right now. Like, oh my God.
At that point, we were like, what? Maybe it would have been better for us to go and get a Spider-Man costume.
Yeah. Well, I was still now wanted to put the Spider-Man costume and do that. But yeah, it ended up being very stressful pretty quick for us.
So that comes to my next question. How did I do my first day of therapy?
Horrible.
Guys, my mom's gonna help me cut it around. Let's cut it like a rock. Telling my friend. I waited all night and I'm finally done. Look what I have here. Look what I have here. Oh. Unlike SpongeBob. No, silly. It's for me. Here, you folks. It tastes very good, and you try this home, you love it. Some people don't, but I love it. Gotta taste it. I don't know what it tastes like. Oh, please give me it. The Barbie sauce tastes so good. Please. Now I'm gonna eat a piece of my candy. Are you recording?
Yeah.
Let's rock.
Rip.
Well, I think that we all somehow we didn't knew that we were, neither we were doing therapy to you, neither we were the therapist. I think we were clueless somehow, one way or another.
I think we took on a lot more than we could handle.
Yes,
than we should
that's for sure.
Hindsight is always 20/20. So
yeah,
it's very easy now to take a look back and say, oh, we did that and we did that and we should have done this. But at that moment, we wanted to do it all at the same time, and we felt we were running out of time. So I think that was the reason why we took on so much more than we could handle. But
and I would say horrible because Fabu somehow we were like, okay, yes, Fabu said that she's gonna do this with us, and she's gonna do this, and she's gonna do that, and somehow we did imagine Fabu being part of the whole script, and because she was so happy to do the script, I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna work. Oh my God, this is working. Oh my God, she's really engaging with this. She's gonna say the script. Oh my God, this is good. Or I started doing this. Oh my God, we're geniuses.
And we did the cue cards. And
we did the cue card. Oh my God, we were giving proud to ourselves.
Yeah, we were high five.
And
you guys missed the high five.
We did.
Rip.
quickly.
It was like,
We did.
Then it went like, and then Fabu was like, no, I'm
I'm good.
yeah, you continue doing that. I'm gonna be. Let me know when you finish. I'm like, oh, what do you mean? Let me know when you're
Yeah.
finished. Like this does not sound good.
And then I'm like, hey, Farah, hug, kiss, bye.
And
No,
then,
and then they were taking forever to set. Remember, like we put them in the refrigerator, and they
Oh,
were
no.
still like all like.
I'm like, how you guys
watery.
do? How'd you
Oh,
guys do?
It was
Bro, it was awesome.
awful.
yeah. So
I don't know about them, but in my experience, it was amazing. I ate gummies, I played in my tablet. For me, it was a great experience.
even though it was ended up being fun for for all of us. If you watch
Even
those
for
videos,
you, Buddha?
yeah,
Yeah, we had
even
fun.
even
You had fun making those
fun.
gummies
Yeah,
at
we
5
did.
in the morning.
Honestly, we
well,
did.
in the beginning we did. I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning we did, but when it was like 11 o'clock at night and we're still doing things, I'm like, oh my god, should I just run and
you
throw?
What
did.
happened?
You know?
Broke night doing the lollipop out there.
And
Like,
jump,
what did we do
jump from the
wrong?
balcony, like I was like, Jesus Christ. So, Fabu with the cards, she deviating, talking to Olaf or whatever, trying to do something else. I'm like, we need to start, from the very first episode, for the very first video, like we need to start doing something. Like we thought that this is gonna be so
Easy.
easy peasy type of thing. It was gonna be great.
Like quick
I
results
don't
in
think it
just
was.
in a
I don't
week.
think we thought it was gonna be easy. Just more smooth.
Yeah.
Yes.
More smooth.
Well,
It was definitely not smooth.
you know the
No, it
saying,
was not.
expectation is really,
Yeah, it was yeah.
Mm,
It was it was great. It was great. It was great learning experience. I think it was
I think it was a good experience, just
it,
for
it,
yeah.
it was good.
And I think you guys did good
Somehow
as
we
beginners,
somehow we imagine, not to say the expectation, that it was gonna be better somehow.
That's
one way or
literally
another.
the definition of expecting.
Expectation.
That's literally the definition. Seriously.
Well, but overall, we did,
But
We-
I'm
we did
actually
great, I think.
surprised to hear Fabu say that her memory was of her having had fun and it was a good experience. So I
Dude,
mean,
I remember getting so
that's
frustrated.
success for us right there.
But I also remember sometimes like I would get so frustrated when I said a word and I pronounced it wrong, and Fama would have to tell me again until I got it right. It was so frustrating because I had to repeat the whole sentence and do it again and do it again, and I still hate it to this very day.
Yeah, I was gonna
And-
say into today you still that's not easy. Actually, you coping a lot better because you're getting older. You start understanding and putting more of your part and
Because at
have a
that
better
time I didn't know it
understanding.
was therapy,
But
I thought it
you
was
never
just-
liked it.
I
It's
thought
not
it was
like
just you guys
"Woohoo!"
being like,
how many times we have
You
trying
know?
to correct
You
you
know.
a word and you saw that as a negative and then you don't want to repeat it.
exactly why.
And you would say like, I know. Like, no, you don't. That's why we're trying to do this. Come on, let's say it. Come on, let's do this. Let's practice. And you never wanted to.
And I think it also I think just because of that, it also the reason why I skipped so many words that I knew I couldn't pronounce during the script. So I just skipped it because I didn't want to go through that struggle or
Yeah, especially in the very beginning, we
course.
understood all. We understood all that. We truly do.
But we needed to push you.
But we needed to. Yeah, we needed to push it as at that moment. Like we said, we didn't knew if it's gonna work or not. So we needed to push you for you to be able to get some type of results. So we could get that feedback. Say, okay, this is something that we're gonna continue doing, or this is not gonna happen. This is not suitable. This is not. We need to do something else. We need to keep thinking outside the box because once again, we were pressuring ourselves that we were running out of time, and we needed to start making things happen. Whatever that may be, we feel that we needed to start making things happen for you.
Mhm.
And I think that overall that was our thing,
I know this is a little I was wondering, this might be it might be 100 episodes back, but did you like, well, you know, like episode 11 or something, but did you know, like, during this time while we were like doing for my speech, like, did you guys know that I have ADHD at that time?
You had not been officially diagnosed with ADHD, but you were already exhibiting the symptoms of
Yeah, like FabuMom was saying.
I know when I was diagnosed, but did you guys know that I had ADHD?
What,
I
like-
definitely did.
You definitely did.
Well, you know, yeah. You just don't want to like see it or maybe accept it or.
I believe
but
that we
yeah,
took, as
definitely.
parents, we took turns somehow, one way or another, of denial.
Yeah.
You know,
I
every
mean,
parents do that, and at one point or another, you know, you go to the denial stage, you know, that you're like, maybe not, nah, and then you think of all the things. We had our, you know, our good share of denials. Like, you know, sometimes, like, to give you an example, we would go to Disney World, right? And I would, you know, hold Fabu, and then she was like, like with an energy that like, she was not even walking. She couldn't walk. She was just running, walking.
What do you mean? I don't get it. Like,
And I'm
was
like,
I mad?
she's too hyper. You know,
Oh.
I understand hyper kids. She's too hyper. And you start thinking, could it be something here? She's like way too hyper. Not only the running thing that it was very early with her, she would just run through the market to anywhere we would go.
I
She was
always run
just
like-
running. And then even walking to go to Disney World and everything, she couldn't just walk. And then you hold her hand like, you cannot be running here in this humongous park. You cannot. You need to be next to us. And you will hold her hand. You need to walk next to me. She was running right there.
Yeah, it was really hard for me because I wanted to move. I
And then-
wanted to look around.
Yeah, at the
and
moment I was
and
telling
experience
FabuMom,
this.
oh my
Yeah.
God, FabuMom, she's way too hyper.
I never liked that.
And then
I
she was
still
like,
to this day.
that's nothing. She is too excited. She
Too much
excited.
sugar.
Is
Too
the
much
is the
sugar.
park, you know, come on, you know, it's a kid. And then you go to that moment of denial. And then when it was my turn, she was like, oh my God, look, she's not paying attention. Look at that. I was like, that's normal. You know, which kid would like to do this? You know, anybody would look at that and look at this and not pay attention. It's a kid stuff. And yeah, parents,
Or-
we all parents go to our stage, the denial, but we just need to, you know, make
the
sure
thing
that
is-
that denial, it doesn't take
What was
way too
wait,
long.
What I was gonna say was, is as also as a mental health counselor myself, you know, you open up your DSM and you see that she fits the criteria to the T, and she's a textbook case, and you're like, is it that I'm looking at it correctly? And so you kind of know, but you don't want to maybe accept it as a parent.
Yeah,
And so I think that's the struggle right there.
And also,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when you're a therapist like FabuMom, you really can't be a therapist to your own kid because you deny. Like, right, let's say when you look at me, like she denied that I had ADHD, which really, as a therapist, she should have known, you know, if I was her, you know.
Yeah, be more subjective.
Yeah, but
More
with her,
objective.
as her kid, she denies it because, you know, I'm her kid. She's like, nah, that's normal.
So okay, Fabu, so what's the
next
next
one?
question?
Did any of you get frustrated with me during my first therapy?
Yeah, I think that
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
we talked about it. We just
Yeah.
talked about it. Yes. We,
But despite how frustrated we were, we totally tried to keep laughing, make jokes, and keep it fun, because we didn't want you to get frustrated, and upset, and then just want to walk away and stop doing it.
we were frustrated, I believe, like inside our heads.
Yeah.
You were like,
Because we
"Oh,
feel the
bro."
pressure already
I
that
know.
we had as is still a humongous question mark hanging on top of our head. Like, are we doing the right thing here?
Yeah.
This is working. This is working.
Yeah.
And for mom, it's like, I don't know. Is it working for you? Like, I don't know. Is it working for you? I don't know what we're doing.
Plus being dead tired, you know?
Like, yeah. So
I think also the frustration was that, like, you know, it wasn't working. You know, your opinion was that I would do great in the script and help everything. And when it wasn't, you guys were getting frustrated because you wanted me to do that, you know? for
Yeah, so it was too
to
many
make the
question mark,
deadline.
and we didn't know what was the answer. And I believe that the main factor there is that once again we believe that we were running out of time, and we have that pressure in top of us, and we need to fix this. We need to start at least having something. We need to get something, because we felt that we lost 2 years of therapies that we were never
Gonna get back.
we're gonna get back. And we felt that 2 years was way too long for a kid in development like Fabu with a speech delay, and
And it was aggressive, like massive. It wasn't just like very
yeah,
little.
and it quickly could turn to a bunch of other stuff. And every time the FabuMom educate me how many stuff it could actually develop from just losing those 2 years, I would go nuts.
You'd be
So
like,
we
"Dang
feel
it."
the pressure.
Yeah,
We pressure ourselves. You know, we had not expectation and reality for Fabu, but expectation for us as a parent. Because, us as a parent, not only like I was explaining before, we go to, or denial stage when you have kids with learning disability, et cetera, et cetera. You pressure yourself that you need to do things, and that's what was happening there. We were in a panic alert. We didn't know if that was gonna work or that's not gonna work, et cetera, et cetera. Totally different actually of today. But yeah, the moment we were, we were scared.
Next one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to move to the questions from the Fabu fam and from the Fabu army.
Okay.
Let's go. Question from
So
our community. I love it.
Exciting.
Right
Let's go.
now, the questions that I'm gonna say is for all three of us. First one is,
Ooh.
how nervous were you on your first day of therapy? I think I'm gonna start it off. I loved it. I truly loved it. I was eating gummy bears. It was so fun. I talked to myself all day, though it was a little frustrating, to be honest, because we were there for hours and hours, and also I remember like it would take so long for me to pronounce Cuban soda.
yeah.
Oh my god.
So it was so frustrating because I'm like, bro, can we just skip it? Come on. I just want to go on to the fun stuff because it's really tiring, saying Cuban soda. Obviously I said it a different way. But yeah, I loved it. I think it was nice. Also, I also loved how I didn't cook the jelly, the gummy. I was like, just relaxing, chilling, which was a huge plus for me. So yeah.
Yeah, you were the talent there. You were not.
Yeah.
You didn't want to get your hand dirty or
Definitely
anything.
was.
Yeah, bro. I
She
loved
had
it.
her assistant.
And I also loved how we went to the park every day. Well, not every day, but
No, that was
That was
after the
after, that
gummies.
was
That
after.
was after.
Okay, sorry, the
That was
first
after.
day. But yeah, and I also we might not have mentioned it, but our first day, I'm pretty sure, was the gummy. And I think the first day was my siblings, right? My siblings were there.
Yeah, it was
So,
your brother
I
and your
love-
sister. Yes.
I loved it because I loved that I had support, but also it was also a con for me too because I felt like I was kind of rushed because sometimes I saw in their faces that it was getting tiring and they were really tired, so it was kind of putting a little pressure on me. But I truly loved that they were there, and I also loved the clicker thingy. It was
the
so
clapper.
the clapper. I loved it. It was so fun. It was just like boop. I wish we could still use it, but obviously no. But I truly loved it. I think it was fun and yeah.
Awesome. That was a good question.
You guys?
Well, nervous. Were we nervous? We were nervous, anxious, frustrated, all those feelings combined, and just
Extremely
because-
opposite from me.
Happy, excited.
happy, excited too.
So many things. Yeah.
Yeah, but the question was, were we nervous? Were we nervous at that
Well,
first day?
A big yes.
And
big-
yeah,
A
I wasn't
gigantic
nervous. I was a
yes.
0
we
for
were
me.
embarking on something that we
They have no clue.
had no clue where we were going with it.
Nervous because I once again it's
Yeah, because you don't know where it might lead.
we didn't
You
know
might-
if
you
it's
don't know if
gonna
you're wasting your
work or it was
time.
not gonna work, and
Because for
Our
me,
excitement was because of the fact that you had shown that you were so into creating videos and doing a YouTube channel, and we wanted so badly for you to just be engaged with something that we could then work with you.
yeah, and I totally get it because of the 2 years that a little gap when I should have been
Well,
doing
2
something
years is
okay.
not a little gap. I would like to.
Well,
Little gap.
the 2 years was
It was a
big-
humongous gap.
humongous gap for me, and I should have done something else because I didn't know progress. You feel like you should be in a deadline, and if you do not know what we're doing, like the recording would end up wasting my time, and you need something quick, something that you would ensure.
Yeah,
that
we
would
feel
make
that we
better.
were under pressure. We were pressuring ourselves as parents.
Yeah. I mean, the pressure was on us 100% because
Yes.
from the moment that you
Yes.
were diagnosed, you had the best professional help. So it's not like, nothing, you weren't receiving any help. No, you had great therapists. You were going to a really good school.
And that was too difficult.
And you had a ton of support, from professionals. So it's not like you weren't, like nothing was happening.
Wow, I was
But-
like, extraordinary. Like, those professionals who didn't like cut or like,
extraordinary.
like Caesar, he teaches dogs, and there's like not a
The
dog.
dog whisperer. Are you
Yeah,
talking about
the dog whisperer, and
Okay.
he has like no dog has like defeated him, like
Yeah.
that he can't train.
Okay.
I feel like I'm like that person. I'm the dog that I couldn't be trained.
Are
you
you
know?
the dog or the
Oh,
whisperer?
you're the
No,
dog,
I'm
the
the
whisperer.
dog.
You're the dog.
I'm
Okay.
the dog.
Okay.
I don't know. You throw me
okay,
like
okay.
that's
I'm
Fabu
very
for you
confused
still. You
right
see?
now.
Okay, so Caesar, let's say, is the therapist. I'm the dog. The therapist couldn't
Okay.
break me and tame me. I'm like a wild animal. Woo!
Wow.
Let's go! Woo!
Wow.
Let's
Okay.
go! Let's go!
Okay.
Woo!
Wow.
So
She said it, not us.
yeah.
Dude, that's awesome! Oh my god! Yes. Oh my god.
I
Okay.
think we're ready for the next question.
Yes.
Okay, what were your first expectations when hearing about therapy? I'm gonna start it off. I think my first did you guys tell me I was going on
Oh
therapy?
no, not at all. That was the plan is for.
Not in the video. When we were doing in daycare.
You were so little
you were-
that
yeah.
it wasn't like, okay,
No.
so let's go. We're gonna go to the therapist. It was like
What did you like explain it to me? What
I did. Of course, we explained it to you in a way that you were able to understand. But you just thought that she was like a teacher.
Yeah, like she gonna teach you. She gonna help
and
you
she
do
was a
this and say
teacher
this
and-
better.
and-
But never use the word like this is therapy and this
Yeah.
is like because it will be scaring you for no particular reason.
And hey, today such and such is gonna come see you at school to work with you. To help you today with schoolwork or whatever.
Everything is
So
like
that's-
she's gonna help you. We're gonna help you. This is gonna help, and in order for you to do better and be and do this more comfortably and blah blah. But it was never
Therapy.
like
the
a
word
negative.
therapy.
Yeah.
Like
I don't think I could really answer this because I was too little to remember anything. But what I've heard from FabuMom and FabuDad, I was scared of the therapist. So like I would hide. I actually still do it. to
I
be
would
honest.
not say that you were scared.
yeah, I was gonna say that's I don't.
No, I would not say that you were scared. I would say that you didn't want to participate in.
I just think,
And your ways to as a kid not wanting to participate is like you will go and go and hide with the person go to the daycare trying to put you out and things like that. You will hide, or if we for one say, hey, like let's go, we're gonna go to the doctors. You were like, can we
Yeah, or
trying to
you
look
would
for
run
something
outside
else?
to the playground, or you would want to, because the thing is that you remember you were in daycare, so at
I
that
could do
moment,
anything. It was free for all. I
daycare
couldn't just
was
leave.
fun. It was fun. You were playing, drawing,
Yes.
or out in the playground. So if you were out in the playground, you would go running and hide in one of
Dude,
on the
daycare sounds so
swing.
fun. Dude,
It was.
I thought daycare was like kind of school, like you had to go in a classroom and teach.
for real fun.
Oh no.
No, I seriously, I thought that was daycare.
Okay.
I don't remember what daycare was. Jeez. Actually, I think that daycare near us closed down. I'm pretty sure. That was really
Wow.
The one that-
It didn't.
I actually the
It
one
didn't.
really because every time we passed through it right next to CVS, it closed down. It looks like it's all closed. Well, okay. This one is for FabuMom and FabuDad. Was it a surreal experience to think that your daughter could need therapy? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wow, that's a heavy question, but
This is the last one.
so yeah. Again, as a mental health therapist, the idea of therapy is not something that's negative for me. It's something that I believe is good, is helpful. I believe that as soon as you are diagnosed with any sort of a mental health condition, the quicker you're diagnosed, the faster you start therapy, the sooner you'll be able to obtain results, improvement. So therapy in our world is not something that's negative or is bad.
Likewise, in my opinion, I never saw therapists as a negative or anything, but
Yeah, but
like I was explaining before, somehow parents we go to a denial stage. Didn't mean that denial stage it was like I don't want therapy or therapy would not for me or it will be
Or
not
be a
an
negative
option.
thing.
I think
Or
it's
it'll
just
be a
the
negative.
idea
It
that
was
your
just
kid
that
there's something wrong with your
exactly
Yeah,
or,
because-
or
I feel like when you have a kid, or like what that, like when you're a kid, you always when you have a kid, like you always dream about having a perfect kid, this amazing. For me, it's a smart, intelligent kid. It's a girl, obviously. That actually, my dream. This is my dream. She's really smart. She doesn't argue. She does what I say, and she's a kid, and she's a girl. That's my expectation right
Wow.
there. Yep. And she has A's on all her grades, and
but it's still for us it
She's
was
very
not
tech-savvy.
we believe that Fabu was always perfect. And she was awesome.
yeah, but like
It was not that Fabu it was not perfect or anything. She was perfect and it was awesome. But I once again I think that it was just a matter of okay, how can we solve this now? Not to we just didn't want allow for one thing convert to 10 things, and those 10 things it could convert later on to 15 things, and then it becomes harder and harder. And how can you help your kid overall? It's like how can you help your kid's life
how can you improve?
to improve their life and make their life better? How like how can you do it? And that's about it. If it is with therapy, okay, let's do it. If it's with anything, let's do it. But we feel that we were once again against the clock, and if we don't do this, if we don't try to do something about this is gonna be worse later because it's gonna be accompanied by this and this.
And
And-
as a parent, you're kicking yourself somehow that you didn't catch it sooner or that you didn't,
Yeah.
start
You-
sooner. So you feel guilty somehow that you didn't catch it sooner
Acknowledge it.
and
Yeah.
start way sooner. So then you feel that much worse.
Yeah, because I feel like you would have known that I had ADHD or speech delay because you're a therapist, but you were just in denial and guilty stage. So.
So to me, it was a positive. Okay, if Fabu has this or this or this or whatever the case may be or whatever, it's something that we could address it and then trying to do something about it to help her, in anything. It just to me it was positive. So that was pretty much it.
Well,
That was a good question.
what do you mean it was positive?
Yeah,
Like,
because
not the
it's
therapy that it was positive that I had speech delay.
no, that was not the positive is that we could actually get a solution or actually be able
Had
to help.
options.
We had options and we were able to help. It's just a matter of time. We just needed to help. We could do something about it, and there's options and the helps are there, and so that's a positive because sometimes if life it puts you through a situation that there's no options, and that's it. It just you just have to deal with it. That was not
That was not your case.
that was not your case. We were fortunate enough to that it was not our case and we could actually do something. So it was not like, oh my God, I don't want to do this or I should not. It was just like, okay, we could do this. Okay, she has this and this and this. Okay, but we could do this and this and this. So let's just do it. Let's go.
Let's just do it.
Let's go. So I was, all for it.
Okay, that's it. That's it, guys.
That's a wrap.
Yeah, guys. Yep.
All right, awesome.
And that's a wrap.
And that's a wrap, boys.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. The next episode is episode number 3, the aha moment. There, we're going to be talking, finally, the results that we obtained from all this first day of therapy.
Finally.
We talked a lot of things today from the very beginning of the first video, what we did and how we did it, all the things that we gathered together and got to create the video, all the craziness that it went down. But we haven't talked about
the results.
The results.
Uh-huh.
That's what we're going to be talking about the next episode, the aha moment. So please stick around. Make sure that you know what actually happened and how it happened.
So we would like to say thank you to our sponsors, Turtle Beach, Rocket, and G Fuel, for sponsoring this podcast.
Thank you.
Woo woo. And like always, just be yourself, because that is
Fabulicious.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.